Hi, welcome to my office. It is now midsummer and doing a little bit of office work this morning now while it's wet. And what I'm doing is going through the management plan for the Dolmelynllyn estate, and it's all been agreed by the Trust and NRW, and looking at the woodland prescriptions within the plan. So drawing out a list of work that we're going to be doing next winter in the woods, and because our woodlands are all designated National Nature Reserve, SSSI, Special Area Conservation, we have to get formal NRW consent before we can undertake the work. Right, that's enough of the computer work for this morning. We've got a lot of work to do outside, so I think we'll better go and crack on. Right, we're up on the slopes of Cefn Coch now, above the sort of normal tree line of the estate. And we're trying to encourage trees to grow a bit further up the slopes, up into the Freed and towards the mountain. We've fenced out a few enclosures with environmental schemes over the last 10 years, and we've planted with oak, rowan and hawthorn. And well, this time of year now, midsummer, you know, the bracken is really thick here, so we have to come and weed the trees, take out the bracken. Occasionally in the summer months we have a few trees and branches come down due to the sheer weight of the leaves that are on them at this time of year, and especially after a period of heavy rainfall and wind, sometimes we have them down across a path and they'll need clearing. So this tree here we'll be clearing and leaving whatever falls outside the path. We'll leave as dead wood on the ground for the invertebrates. But in general, woodland work is kept to the minimum at this time of year, kept till the autumn until the nesting birds have left, and also there's less people about walking. And right, occasionally in the summer months, when we got the need for fencing materials, we'll make use of wind-blown oak and come into the woods and split it using the traditional method of using wedges, axe and sledgehammers. And these stakes that we produce, because they've been split rather than sawn, they do, especially if they're seasoned properly, they should last a lot longer than the softwood stakes that we can buy, so it's well worth doing. So the idea is, when we're splitting oak stakes, is to always start from the narrowest end, the top end of the log. Once we've cross-cutted these now into 6 foot lengths, so that's the length of a fencing stake. I'll always start from the narrow end, because that determines how much stakes you get out of a log. So what we're going to do is drive this axe in, and always try and look for a natural crack in the log, and there is a slight crack there, but not a lot. But sometimes with Welsh oak you do get shake in the tree, which is a natural crack, or cracks where the tree's been moving in the wind. So that's a good place to start driving your axe in. So this is well, not the finished article, but the rough form of a stake, and we'll take this back to our yard then and run it on the saw bench, just to trim the sapwood off and put a point on them and trim any fibres, so that they're a bit easier and nicer to handle. And then they go indoors then, and for a couple of years to season, and then we'll use them on the estate then for our fencing jobs. Right, these Highland cattle, they've been in Coed Fluid here now since late March, and it's early August now, and I think they've done a really good job at tackling the bramble problem that we had and the saplings. So but now it's time to move them on to a fresher part of the woodland, into another compartment, and so we're moving them today. And then here they are now at their new home for the next 3 or 4 months until the autumn, where they'll hopefully get the bramble and the sapling issue under control here as well.